Good boy. Okay. Yeah. Are you the best? Are you the best? No. But are you good? And we love you? Yes. We love you? Yes, we do. Hello everyone, it is bedtime. It's 9 o'clock exactly. You're a little dirty. That's a little better. It was that day, as you saw. I got up at like 7ish, got ready, showered and all that. Worst part of my period. Not fun. But the worst part was like really early, like while I was still asleep, so it was good that I got up early. And it's still pretty bad going to the vet, but I made it through. And I even left the house like a half an hour early so that I could do about a 20-minute walk with him. I did what I call the mini loop through the forest. There's a lot of different lengths of loops you can take. So I did that one, got a poo-poo sample because he pooped right away, and then went to the vet where I had to wait about 10 minutes because it was a little early. He was really good, just a little bit nervous. There's a mom and a little preschooler daughter. They did ask to pet him at one point. I was like, I'm just so sorry. He's a little nervous, so I don't want to. I don't think so. I think it just has a suction cup. They don't give you electric ones. But it is a cool toothbrush. I'll show everybody. It's this little minion. Alright, get it wet and then put some toothpaste. Flossers, nice.
And I'm gonna
Use some toothpaste. Alright, well, you need to do this first, your vitamins, because they're going to get stuck in your teeth. Anyway, yeah, I was like, I'm sorry, he's a little nervous, so I'm not sure if he would like suddenly jump up and bump you, or just be grumpy, I don't know, because he was being so cute and so sweet that people were coming over, oh, can we pet him? So, I did do that.
toothbrush.
Okay, well you need to eat your vitamins first and your medicine. So yeah, the last couple times he's been to the vet, they've come out with a muzzle. Because when he was with Dan once, he was growling and barking and I guess tried to snap at this male vet. And then I took him the next time and the male vet came in and he just instantly started barking at him, so I had to wait there for a while until a female vet could come in. And they're like, no more male vets and we need to muzzle him so that he doesn't bite for real and then get kicked out. So I'm like, that's fine, I'd rather him be muzzled, it's no big deal. He's used to like a gentle leader harness around his mouth. It's not too much different. but they did not come out with one, so they let me into a room. I'm like, oh, no muzzle? He doesn't need to be muzzled. And the tech's like, oh, I guess not for right now. We might use it later. But everything went well. He's lost 2 pounds, which is great. I was really apologetic when the vet came in. I was like, I'm so sorry. It's just been really hot, so I haven't been walking him as long. They're shorter walks. But he's lost 2 pounds. That's great. She's like, he's a little chunky still, but I'm not worried at all because he's losing weight, and that's great. So that was good. She saw that I had chopped up cheese in a little bag in my pocket. She's like, oh, you have treats, give me the cheese. And she was like shoveling it into his mouth before we muzzled him so that he could get some love from her. She has wiggle butts too, Aussies. So it's our 2nd time in a row seeing her. She's very nice. But we did muzzle him to send him back into the back to get a blood draw in his shots, just in case there was anybody back there that scared him. Or I was like, I don't want to take any risks and get him in trouble. He's just scared, he's nervous. So I told her how he's amazing at the groomer next door, and they love him and he loves them. He even has a male groomer, and she's like, yeah, I mean, we do bad things here to them, like bad, and we push them a little past what we might, what they're comfortable with. So she admitted to that. I mean, they do. They have to hold their legs up in weird angles and do things that poke at your head. After you have new, you have to, can you hold this? So yeah, he did really well.
Hello.
Oh, there's no, usually there's a seal inside, but this one didn't have one. Oh, there you go. Did you take your vitamins?
No, I'm taking my.
Okay. But before he went back for all that, she wanted to see his mouth, because one side had some tartar, like more than she would expect. And so she's having me like flap open the lips. Obviously, that's a little bit more than she was willing to do to a dog that's very nervous about the vet. But we saw that he has a chipped tooth, like it cracked, and it needs to be taken out. And they gave me an estimate, and it's like $2,000. So we're gonna shop around a little bit. Like almost $400 of that was blood work, which we're doing today because he was due for his blood work, except that the blood work and fecal was $300 today, or $290 or something like that. And this one was like even more, like $380 or something. I don't know. Yeah, we paid like $350 today for getting his rabies. One other shot, I think. The blood work and the fecal are getting sent off, so we'll get those results back. Full exam. And is there anything else? I don't think anything else. He needs to come back in 4 weeks to get some more shots. Lyme, Bordetella, leptospirosis. So, fun times. So yeah, I got through it. Ziggy got through it. He was awesome. I had parked on the other end of the shopping center because that's the side I was starting the walk on to end up on the other end where the vet was. And if he was doing well, I was going to grab a muffin from the coffee shop because I didn't think I could leave him outside the grocery store and get a muffin there, which are cheaper, but I wouldn't be able to see him. I was able to clip him to a table outside the coffee shop, and he could see me and I could see him, and I could pop my head out. Everybody thought he was adorable. He was very good. It was very busy, so I did have to wait like 5 minutes to get like an iced coffee and a muffin. And I got him a water. He drank his water, and then we headed home. And then today I was just kind of at my computer on call for the dog rescue because they had some edits coming through, so I alternated knitting and doing web work for them, just changing the staff page, fixing links, etc., etc. Just some little things. And Sebastian was in and out. It's very, very hot. Heat warnings. The heat index hit 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, I don't know, is that like 38 or 40 Celsius? I'll put it here if I remember. And I don't have my watch on to ask Siri. Yeah, he was in and out a lot. Thankfully, drinking water. He would run in a lot for water. And he also played in his friend's house. So hopefully it wasn't a burden, but I was glad they weren't in our house because that's kind of a burden sometimes. I didn't braid. I knew I wasn't going to. I didn't put myself up to that because I was very crampy and uncomfortable, and it was just curled up in a little ball with my knees up to my chest on the couch as much as I could in between having to get up and do things. But yeah, that's about it. I got Sebastian inside around 5:30 because a big thunderstorm was coming through. And then we ordered deli sandwiches because we've been wanting that, and they were closed when we tried to. Like, I don't know what, they were just like all their delivery and pickup online was turned off. We were willing to go and pick it up, but yeah, I don't know what was up with that. So we got it. It's always a pretty good deal because their sandwiches are so huge. I get an egg salad sandwich and it's the size of 2 sandwiches because the bread is like longer than my head. So Sebastian eats half and I eat half. We all share 2 fries. It's great. And I took a bath. It was fairly short for me because I made it a little too hot and I didn't want to explode my heart. My body was turning pink, but it felt good and I think it helped. And then, yeah, just hung out with Sebastian and Danny until bedtime. So here we are. It's bedtime. Tomorrow is Friday and I've got to brush the back teeth. Brush it. Open the mouth. Oh, open. There you go. I really need to get those. How wiggly are those? Upstairs and downstairs. He wants you to get inside. I want you to feel it. It feels weird and I'd gag myself to open. I'm not putting it on there because people are weird and they're always like, let me see your teeth. I'm like, no, weirdos. Sorry, but for some reason every time I post a video that says dentist day, there's always some that like gets a million hits and then not a million, literally like 40 or something. And somebody will be like, can you show actually in your mouth getting a cavity? I'm like, no, gross. Teeth are gross. I don't want to see. Anyway, tomorrow I need to run an errand for Danny. Those shoes that came that had 2 left feet, he has it all packaged up finally, and he says he keeps forgetting to drop it off, so I've got to go to Walgreens of all places and drop it off. I guess FedEx and Walgreens are things together. I don't know, like Amazon and UPS. So I gotta go to there, and I was gonna go to the thrift store, which is on the opposite side of town, but town is small, so we can do it. And I am supposed to go to Danny's band show. Like, he's not in the band, but he does the sound for them. So I promised this one I'd go to. It's going to be brutally hot, so we'll see how that goes, and hopefully my period has calmed down so I can actually not need the bathroom every 2 seconds since it's an outdoor concert. So I will see you tomorrow for that. Stay safe, be kind, and don't forget, wash your hands.